In the Big Ten tournament, it was a complete 360 for Iowa. In the first day, the Hawks had one of their best games all season against Illinois, and then just 24 hours later, fell to Michigan by over 20 points in what was one of the most brutal losses we've seen this year.
Just one of those nights. I don't know. I don't think we were that tired. That we were pretty ready for the game, and got open shots. It was just one of those weird nights where the shots weren't falling.
It's obviously disappointing right now, but we know if we play like we did last night, we can do some big things. And it's just in general looking back at last year where we were when we ended this Big Ten tournament. We're in a lot better place right now. This is not the end of our season.
Now I'm here joined by Daily Iowan men's basketball beat reporter Adam Hensley. Adam, I know this is a loaded question, but what went wrong against Michigan?
Well, Iowa pretty much ran into a wall. Michigan's defense is one of the best in the country for a reason, and that was on display in full effect here on Friday in the United Center. Michigan just pretty much smothered any sort of Iowa offense, and Iowa couldn't really do much defensively as well. The Wolverines shot the ball very well, at least a lot better than the first meeting, and it just went downhill pretty quickly in the second half.
Yeah, we were talking earlier, we missed a lot of key players tonight. Jordan Bohannon completely absent the entire game. I mean, he could have not stepped on the court and would have had the exact same effect. Joe Wieskamp, Isaiah Moss, all guys who we really needed to step up to beat Michigan were, nowhere to be found tonight. And it was a really pathetic showing from the Hawks. But regardless, basketball's going to go on. Selection Sunday's just a few days away. What do you see for Iowa?
Well, obviously, I think Iowa's got the tournament berth locked up. I don't think that's any question. I see Iowa going probably an 8-9 seed. I don't think they go any better than 8. Wouldn't be surprised if they fell to 9. So I'd give that range.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same way, and that gives Iowa a couple possibilities of where they're going to end up. But I think the most notable one is they have a good shot to end up in Duke's region, which, I'm a Duke fan, and that's just the way the world works. So hopefully that's not the case, but in the tournament, do you see Iowa making noise?
Depends on who Iowa gets matched up against. If they've got a favorable matchup, then I don't think it's unreasonable to kind of foresee a little bit of a run by Iowa. But given how sort of Jekyll and Hyde this team has played, especially late down the stretch, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Iowa making any big splash in the Big Ten tournament. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know we saw a great performance against Illinois in the opening round of the Big Ten tournament, but once again, that's Illinois. And then we saw 24 hours later the complete opposite against Michigan. So I'm not really seeing Iowa make a huge splash in the NCAA tournament, but we're just going to have to wait until Selection Sunday to see where they end up and who they play. But here's kind of what the team's thinking about what's coming up for them.
Yeah, I think it's capable of us bouncing back and going through some more adversity, try to figure out who we are as a team. And I thought we've done a good job of that when we've hit adversity to figure out who our identity is as a team. We started 0-3 in conference, and it could have been very easily for us to go back to what we were doing last year. But we didn't do that. We didn't fold. We kept working and got to 20-plus wins. So we know what we're able to do coming forward these next week and so, and try to get to the weekend.
Adam and I mentioned earlier, we're just going to have to wait until Selection Sunday to see where Iowa basketball ends up. But regardless, you can stick with the Daily Iowan for all your coverage from Iowa basketball in the NCAA tournament. Reporting from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, Lucy Rodin, DI TV Sports.